1 shilling system. They vow to fight for their rights and call for unity among Mount Kenya leaders with a crucial meeting planned in Maragua, Murang'a County next week.
Ile tuko nayo ni baya kuliko ile tulikuwa nayo mwaka uliopita. Na sisi hata tumechoka kuambiwa mambo ya finance bill ya kwamba ni baya. Bure wote. Watu wote ni bure. Ni kama vile Kibaki alikuwa anasema mavi kama ni kama mavi ya kuku. I want to tell you, we have nothing that we are waiting for kwa hawa watu. 1 year 10 months. Ruto mwenyewe hata sifikiri ni serikali. Yeye mwenyewe ametembea Kenya dunia mzima. He has now borrowed 7.2 trillion shillings in 1 year 10 months. Uhuru had 10.6 trillion in 10 years. If this guy continues at this rate, sijui atatuacha wapi. Lakini ile shida kubwa, it is not even the borrowing. It is the fact that there is nothing we can see that corresponds to the amount borrowed.
Elsewhere, 8 members of parliament, led by Majority Leader of the National Assembly, Kimani Ichung'wah, have recommended for an establishment of a formula to divide the national cake equally. Speaking during the launch of the construction of Wanguyu Technical and Vocational Training Institute, the legislators urged the Deputy President to also respect other leaders in the drive to bring unity and stop spreading ethnic politics, where Kikuyu MP said, Deputy, the President has failed to deliver according to his assignment.
Sisi tunasema tunamheshimu rais na tunamheshimu naibu wa rais, lakini sisi kama viongozi wa Mount Kenya tumesema pia hakuna mtu tutapigia magoti. Hatupigii rais William Ruto magoti, hatuwezi pigia naibu wake magoti. Haya ndio mambo niliambiwa niache kusema hata kama nije nisemee Kiambu. And we will not succumb to blackmail, we will not succumb to coercion, we will not succumb to your dictatorial tendencies. We have said no, and our people are firmly behind us.
Counties will now receive the much-desired higher allotment of 25% instead of the 15% required by the Constitution. President William Ruto says the increase is anticipated to improve service delivery as well as sufficiently fund the devolved units. Concurrently, the government has cut the overall budget for the fiscal year by 132.46 billion or 3.3%. Electa Nodera with that report.
These documents go to serve the purpose.
In a historical move aimed to boost austerity measures by the government to prudently use the available financial resources, the government has moved to reduce the overall budget of the financial year 2024-2025.
The bill advances the administration's fiscal consolidation plan through expenditure rationalization.
The 3.3% reduction from shillings 3.981 trillion last year to 3.848 trillion was announced by President William Ruto Monday during the signing into law of the Supplementary Appropriation and Division of Revenue Bills 2024 ahead of the budgetary estimates presentation slated for Thursday this week.
By Kenya shillings 132 billion, 132.46 billion, from Kenya shillings 3,981.53 billion to Kenya shillings 3,848.07 billion.
According to the head of state, the new laws will unlock resources that will catalyze economic performance and enhance service delivery. In the laws, counties will see their allocations increased by shillings 14.69 billion from the current shillings 385.4 billion to shillings 400.1 billion beginning July 1st.
The committee was led by the...
According to President Ruto, the move will ensure adequate service delivery even as the national government receives an allotment of shillings 2.5 trillion.
Has to transform this nation.
As part of austerity measures, development spending has been redirected to priority areas and reduced by shillings 75.29 billion with Supplementary Appropriation Act 2024 also reducing by shillings 32.6 billion from various budget allocations.
And the Division of Revenue Bill 2024.
Enhanced, however, is the education budget, with university education receiving shillings 4.468 billion and shillings 1.12 billion for secondary education. Shillings 3 billion has been allocated to Internal Security Department for El Nino disaster management and another shillings 3 billion for fertilizer subsidy, with 1 billion allocated to floods. Electino Dera, K24 TV.
President William Ruto's government competency and ability to deliver on assigned duties has dropped by 6% from March this year, with majority of Kenyans dissatisfied in his ability to address the issues affecting Kenyans. This has emerged in a latest report released by Infotrack that has also seen the opposition, judiciary and parliament ranked poor in its performance. Mile Kisenya with more.
President William Ruto and his deputy Rigathi Gachagua have each scored a D according to the latest performance rating by Infotrack. The data collected between the 23rd and 29th of May this year has seen the president ranking a score of 46% in his performance, a drop of 6% from the last. On the other end, ranking a 42% dismal performance. The survey, conducted with 1,700 respondents across the country, reveals that a majority of Kenyans are dissatisfied with the government's performance. Respondents expressed concerns over the government's communication with citizens, their competency in delivery on assigned roles, addressing critical issues affecting the population, and the overall success in improving operational efficiencies within the office.
When it comes to the success in improving things, how things are done in his office, then he has a 44%. If you get an average of this aspect, before now we were not looking at the key different parameters, but we thought it wise in this poll that we measure the perception of Kenyans, how they would rate the president on this aspect, and that's why he has an overall mean score of D.
The data collected also shows that the opposition, judiciary and parliament have also projected a dismal performance, with all ranking a D. The opposition was rated at 47%, the judiciary at 46% and the parliament at 42%. Kenyans voted that the institution's performance was very poor and have failed in their mandate to serve Kenyans. Meanwhile, on the overall performance of various cabinet secretaries since the assumption of office in October 2022, Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki has stayed at the helm of being the best performing cabinet secretary. The CS scored a B of 60%, earning him the top spot in addressing issues affecting Kenyans.
Honorable Kindiki scoring 61% mean rating, followed by Honorable Ababu Namwamba at 52, Honorable Aden Duale at 50%. So those are C and above. The rest of their colleagues, of course, score between D and E.
However, the cabinet secretary with a dismal performance was Energy CS Davis Chirchir, who scored a D of 2%. Mile Kisenya, K24 TV.
Have you watched K24? We would love to hear from you. Send us your feedback on what you like and what you don't like and why. You can use any platform to reach us. We can be reached on Facebook, SMS, Twitter and WhatsApp.
Mwezi huu wa Mei, changamka na StarTimes. Tunaleta joto na channels mpya na shows mpya kwa ajili yako. Chagua bouquet yako na uwe connected. Enjoy magic na adventure zaidi kwenye Kili Channel.
Oh man, this is gonna be awesome.
Ni sherehe zaidi kwa wapenzi wa sporti, wrestling, basketball na football.
A goal to send a message.
Lipia subscription yako uwe connected. Guswa hisia na drama na telenovela freshi, movie kali, documentaries, mziki na lifestyle channel. Changamka na StarTimes.
Let's get ready to
Download StarTimes on app kwa burudani.